I'm gonna rank every single mooncake from best to worst. So it's almost Moon Festival or Mid-Autumn Festival on the lunar calendar, and that means one of two things. One, a crap ton of fruit, and two, mooncake. And you've all probably heard of the more common mooncake. So for example, the lotus paste mooncake, lotus paste with salted egg, red bean, maybe some of you have had the mixed nut mooncake. And then there's the more obscure mooncakes, or like the more like new generation new mooncakes. So like for example, there's a salted egg mooncake that Lady M sells, or there's also like the tea infused mooncakes that they sell. So I'm gonna be ranking every single mooncake from best to worst based off of my preferences. This list is definitely gonna be different from your list, but I do definitely recommend you trying out some of these mooncakes if you've never had them before. So I'm only gonna be ranking the, I guess, more Cantonese style mooncakes, the ones that have like, I guess it's just like something wrapped in something else, and then there's a mold that's pressed down so that it looks really pretty. So like the ones that look like there's a mold and it looks like some maybe like a flower or like some Chinese calligraphy or some type of animal or something like that. So I'm going to be ranking more of those mooncakes, but do keep in mind that there are other pastries that other parts of China eat during the Moon Festival. So for example, I know that in some places in China, there's a Chinese puff pastry that has meat in it. And then in places like Taiwan, they'll have like another Chinese puff pastry, but they'll have like egg yolk, salted egg yolk, and also bean paste inside. So this video is only really going to be ranking the ones that I guess you more traditionally see or refer to as mooncake. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first subset I wanted to rank is just ranking the number of eggs inside your mooncake. So there's usually 4 options. So there's either no yolk, 1 yolk, that's 4 yolks, 2 yolks, and 4 yolks, right? And in my opinion, no yolk, it's usually really one-dimensional and you get kind of tired of it or really bored of it. Like it's just too much. So I'll probably put that behind 1 yolk. I think 1 yolk is perfectly fine. Some people don't like it just because it's just like you're just eating a slice of egg, salted egg yolk, which is a really strong flavor. But in the case of mooncake, when the entire cake is just so heavy, I just feel that the 1 egg yolk is a nice break from the rest of the mooncake. I'll say that I feel like the ranking between no egg yolk and 2 egg yolks is more or less a toss-up. If you have a more lighter filling, like so for example like a bean paste, like maybe red bean paste, then no egg yolk might be better. But if you have a really heavy filling, then 2 egg yolks, the egg yolks might actually be cutting down on the fat or cutting down on the heaviness that of the rest of the mooncake. And then 4 egg yolks is just way too much. Your mooncake is only this big. If you have 4 egg yolks in it, that's like 80% of the area of the volume. Like that's just way too much. That's just way too much. This is like down here. It's just nah. Anyways, so now that I've ranked the egg yolks, let's talk about the fillings. So the most traditional one and the most common one that you'll see is lotus paste. So there's 2 different types of lotus paste. There's a light lotus paste and a dark lotus paste. And the real key difference is the light lotus paste is usually slightly lighter in color, of course, but also in just like how heavy you feel. So the lighter lotus paste is more just lighter, and usually the light lotus paste is usually higher quality as well, as opposed to the darker lotus paste. You'll see oftentimes with the dark lotus paste that maybe you'll see like some oils like seeping out of the filling, which basically just means that it didn't emulsify well, or that they just put way too much oil or way too much like lard in it, and not enough of the actual lotus seed paste. In my opinion, I feel like light lotus paste is like your quintessential, or like the epitome of mooncake, and I think it deserves S rank. Dark lotus paste, I'll probably give A rank. This is sometimes it might even feel like it might even taste a little bit burnt, or just taste like it's just really heavy. So I'll probably move this around after I go through the rest of the mooncake. Next type of mooncake is red bean mooncake. So red bean is probably one of my favorite like dessert fillings, like red bean paste, right, in taiyaki, in red bean buns, red bean soup, red bean. I love red bean, except for in mooncake. I just think that it doesn't. I think they mix it with like lard or something like that, and it's just no longer like a light taste, and I don't like it. It tastes weird. It just tastes really weird. So I'm gonna put this in C. B will be completely average. So I think I'd rather not eat mooncake than to eat red bean mooncake. Which, is that true? No, I think okay. I think this is perfectly fine. Like I don't mind eating it, but like I just don't like eating it. Um, I just would prefer not to eat it. Yeah, I guess I would prefer not to eat it. So I think I'd put it below average. And now we go to I guess I wouldn't mind eating it. So, but then like it would do me no. I would not be any more happy if I ate it or if I did not eat it. So I think perfectly average. Like I'll eat it if it's there and there's no other mooncake, but whether or not it brings me no joy. But I do not actively hate it. Next one, black sesame. This one I actively hate. Black sesame just smells so good. Black sesame ice cream, black sesame soup, right? 鸡马屋. There's so many good applications of black sesame. Mooncake is not it. I don't know what it is. It tastes really bitter, and it's really heavy. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like black sesame paste inside my mooncake. It just tastes bad. I think this deserves D rank actually. I hope I don't get hate, but I just believe that black sesame mooncake, meh. Mixed nut mooncake. I hate this. This is like the stupidest thing ever, because this is legit just 5 different types of nuts wrapped inside mooncake, and then you eat that. And it's basically just like granola in a mooncake. But I was thinking about it. I don't like the taste itself isn't bad. It's just that the moment it goes, like the moment you leave it out for like an hour, it just gets stale as crap. So I actually prefer the taste of mixed nut, or myeon in Chinese or in Cantonese, myeon. I prefer this more than the black sesame, but I still put this above black sesame. But I still put this in D. I don't know why people like that. Oddly enough, all the old grannies and grandpas love the mixed nut mooncake, but honestly, it does not taste good in my opinion. It's oftentimes just hard as a brick, and you're just eating granola, like compact granola inside of a mooncake, and it's just like meh. Like the taste is, I just don't hate the taste. I just hate the texture and everything else about it, which is why it's still at least above black sesame, where I just don't like the taste. Next, have you seen ham mooncake? They're just like, usually it's a type of pork, not necessarily shredded pork, but it's almost like, how do I describe it? It's like the midpoint between like a dry ham and beef jerky, if that makes sense. So like somewhere in between there is like the texture of the ham inside this mooncake, and oftentimes there will be nuts in it. Honestly, I don't hate this. I think this can go in a C. Yeah, I don't think I hate it. So I think I'll put this in C. Slightly below average, right? Slightly below average, but then I guess if there's nothing else, I'll eat it. And at least the ham actually adds a layer of like moisture to it, even though it's still dry ham. It's better than eating just compact granola, in my opinion. So ham mooncake, C. I wonder if, leave in the comments below if you actually had ham mooncake, because I feel like this is like not many people actually have or heard of ham mooncake. So next mooncake, I'm gonna put all of these into like one category, which is just the like all the starchy mooncakes put together. So like the yam paste, taro paste, all like the potato like family like flavors paste. I actually really like this. I think that, so surprisingly, this is usually lighter than the other types of mooncake in my opinion. So, and also like the fragrance is really nice, right? Taro fragrance is really nice. Purple yam is really nice. Purple sweet potato, that fragrance is really nice as well. So I think that this goes, I would put this at A. I think it's actually better than dark lotus. Just because it's a lot lighter and you don't feel like you hate life after eating like a quarter. Whereas I feel like all these other ones, you feel like you're done after like an eighth of a slice. This is usually slightly better at that. Next one, the fruit mooncakes. So this is, I have a picture of pineapple mooncake, but then there's also like winter melon mooncake, there's lychee, there's red date mooncake. All these are trash. Is it worse than black sesame? Yeah, I don't like, I think the texture is bad. It just has a weird like yeah, I don't know if they use fake sugar or fake fruit, but like it just tastes artificial. Even if it isn't artificial, it just tastes artificial. And like I don't really care for the texture of it either. The texture is just like kind of like, I don't even know what it is. It's like slightly sticky, slightly like really thick. Like imagine, I don't even know how to describe it, but I just don't like it. It's just weird fruit flavor, and it just tastes bad. It just tastes really bad. I don't know what it is, but all the fruit flavored mooncake, so wintermelon, pineapple, lychee, red date, all those, garbage. Do I hate it more than black sesame though? I just don't like black sesame mooncake. I think I don't like it more than black sesame, so that's gonna go there. Next time, mooncake. So this is I'm just gonna put all the snow skin, or in Cantonese, bing pei, which is directly translates to actually ice skin, but then they translate it to snow skin. Snow skin mooncake. All these are the ones that you keep in the freezer, and then you take out to eat. So it's almost eating like ice cream. I think the filling is a lot better than all of these other mooncakes, just because it's a lot lighter. This filling is usually just a bean paste. So like a normal red bean paste or like a normal mung bean paste, and it doesn't have like a bunch of like fats that are just like way too much fat and sugar that's shoved into it. It's really just the same exact type of bean paste or filling as your normal like Chinese buns, right? Like a red bean bun or like a mung bean bun, right? It's the same exact type of filling. I just don't like the outside. The outside is like a weird rubbery, like, here I have this just for this. So imagine this. So this is just like a little like rubbery like pencil topping thing. Like it just goes like up there, right? And like look at the flimsiness of this, right? So you can probably gauge and look at like the I guess the texture of it. You can probably gauge what it feels like. So this is exactly what it feels like you're eating when you're eating the skin of a snow skin mooncake. It's just bland and it tastes kind of rubbery, so I really don't like the outside, but the inside is fine. The inside is perfectly fine. I would say that just because the outside, I'd still put this at below average, but probably better than red bean, or like completely average, but probably better than red bean. It might be a low A, but I think I would leave it, I'll probably leave it here, just because the next one is snow durian. So this is basically just snow skin mooncake, but instead of a bean paste, it uses like durian paste, and I just like durian, so this goes up. This goes up there. It's slightly better. I still don't like the skin. It just tastes weird. I don't know what it is about the skin. It tastes like nothing, but too much of nothing, and it's like a smooth, weird like consistency. I don't know if this even helps. I don't know if you can tell what I mean with this. But it has that consistency, and I don't like it. Next, and then the last one that I guess is more so common. I don't know. And then the last one I can think of is the lava mooncake. So this is the most ugly picture of a lava mooncake I've ever seen in my life, but I could not find a better looking picture on Google. So you're just gonna have to do with it. This just looks disgusting, and it looks like it should be like censored out. But I think that salted egg mooncake is actually fine, although I think there's way better context to eat salted egg in. So this is salted egg lava as opposed to salted egg. So salted egg, this is the normal salted egg is like just a hard like circle. It's just straight up just a dried salted egg. Whereas salted egg lava mooncake, it's the salted egg is mixed with butter and some evaporated milk, so that like when you microwave it starts melting. So that's what you do with this one. You'll usually, the instructions will say, oh, pop it in the microwave for like 10 to 15 seconds and then cut, and then it'll look like this. I just think that this is good, right? I just think that it's also kind of one-dimensional because you're only really eating salted egg, and there's no real I guess heterogeneity in the mooncake. There's nothing that's really like absorbing the salted egg, so you're only eating like straight up salted egg. So it's just kind of like too much all at once. Like whereas when you eat like a salted egg lava bun, then like the bread somehow like absorbs the flavor, and I don't know what the difference is, but it just tastes a lot better when it's in a bun as opposed to when it's in a mooncake. I think I actually, yeah, I think I like it more than dark lotus paste, but definitely less than yam. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense. There's just so many better applications for salted egg lava that this is just a waste. I don't know what it is. So I guess that's it. This is my ranking for every single type of mooncake that I guess is the more common mooncakes. There are other types of mooncakes that I'm not really going to incorporate just because those are more like one-offs. So for example, I think Lady M sells like a chocolate mooncake. I think I've seen some like weird like rose and lychee mixture, or like some jasmine. Oh, I didn't put jasmine, or I didn't put like tea infused. Sorry, tea infused mooncakes I will put probably here. I'll put tea infused mooncakes here because the tea infused mooncakes are usually slightly lighter as well. I guess tea infused mooncakes I'll probably put like right here, like probably like over here, probably above yam and taro, just because it's usually, I guess, depends on what infusion it is. So if it's a snow mung bean, it'll be like right here. If it's just infused, I think I'll put it here. I do prefer the lotus paste flavor a lot more than the tea flavor, so I'll put that like over here probably. Versus when it's infused in the snow skin mooncake, then I'll probably put that up here just because I like the fragrance of tea. I feel like adds to the bean paste, whereas I feel like it subtracts from the lotus paste essence, I guess, flavoring. I don't know. That's just my opinion. So I guess the tea flavor goes here. But yeah, that's my ranking for mooncakes. I know you guys will probably not agree with me. Let me know if you've had the ham one before. I feel like a lot of people haven't had that one before. If you want to see my ranking for dim sum, I'll leave that up here somewhere. If you want to see my ranking for Chinese buns, I'll leave that over here somewhere. I don't know. I don't even know if I can do that. But yeah, that's my ranking for mooncakes. Happy Moon Festival. Happy Mid-On Festival. Have a good day.